Are we here? Are we live? Are we live? Someone tell me if you can hear me. Is it does it exist? Can you ears? Oh, I can see it on the stream. I think. Let's see if it can be heard. Hey. Okay, I'm just gonna wait a couple minutes for people to get here, I think. And in the meantime, I'm going to play the guitar. So, okay, let's see. Have we got some people? Oh, we've got 244 people watching this. That's kind of cool. Um, so I don't really know what this is gonna be. I just thought if we're gonna, if we're all gonna be stuck inside, we should probably like not just sit and endlessly scroll through our phones checking the latest news in, whatever, in increasing disturbance and horror. Um, I think we need to like, as the internet, I think we need to spend this time actually coming together and like hanging out and doing stuff. So hi, here I am. um, for those of you wondering about my cough, I don't know if I have COVID-19 to be honest, but if I had it quite a long time ago. I got this cough a month ago in I went on a bus to the U.S. and then I came back and I had a really bad flu and now I've been coughing ever since, but I've gotten a lot better. So if it was that thing, in a way, it would be best case scenario for me because then I'd be immune. But the problem is I won't know because at the time nobody thought this thing was really going around. He's contaminated. Run! If you can get through the live stream, you're impressive. Yeah, but I guess I don't know. I've been thinking about this a lot in the past few days. Like I've been kind of watching the whole situation mount, and I'm trying to like tell my friends about what was going on, and like, hey, just so you know, here's the numbers, here's the curve, here's the math. It's coming, and as it's come, I'm like, oh shoot. Well, now what do we all do? Like, if I get everybody, if everybody goes into shelter, then we're just stuck here and we all just stay terrified. So, hi, here I am. I'm not sure if I'm not sure what this is gonna be. Like I said, I would be interested in this one. I'd be curious, first of all. Hey, who is that? Mattia. Mattia, greetings from Italy. He says, "Hi, Mattia. I feel for your people at the moment. If you want to tell me how's it going there, and everyone all over the world, maybe in chat, just be like tell me where you are, what's going on, what are you like, what's the state of your country, or your municipality or your home right now, and I'm going to keep coughing. I also got some water because hydration is important. Mm. Coding Cat says 90 cases, all schools are closed. Where are you? New Jersey, Singapore, Florida, Italy, India. Wow. Hi guys. This is actually pretty cool. I haven't really done this before. I've done a couple of streams for like patrons, but like Patreon streams, there's never this amount of people. So okay, I'm getting one person saying, "Hi Tim, we missed you." I get that a lot, wondering where. Oh man, people are just coming in. Russia, Washington D.C., Germany, Atlanta, Norway, Argentina. Wow. Um, Hi, lockdown in Poland. Shoot, man. Excuse me. I'll try not to terrify you any further. Um, it's kind of a novel experience reading chat because it just goes by so fast. I don't know. Can you like? Do you guys know what best practices are for this sort of thing? Like, do people tend to put it on top chat? But then how does this algorithm decide what top chat is? It feels weirdly, I don't know, leaving our fate to the hands of YouTube, which is always a good idea. Cough into your elbow. Yeah, I should. I'm so okay. So I'm the worst at these slow chat. Needs slow mode. How do I do slow mode? Is there actually a slow mode? Somebody walk me through this. Hmm. Don't know how to do that. If anyone can figure that out, let me know. I'm so I'm kind of like an ADHD personality, and press square. The only square I see is the monetization square. Um, I'm so this whole like remember to do stuff, not my wheelhouse, right? Like I forget almost everything. Like I put milk in the top shelf of my cupboards, and I forget to go to sleep at night, and then suddenly it's 6 in the morning. So there I did it again. Like this whole thing about like don't touch your face, and and like cough into your into your elbow. Like I'm doing it as hard as I can, guys, but it's really like every 5 seconds, I'm forgetting and then remembering. So my strategy right now is pretty much to just stay indoors. Like I've for the past while I've kind of been wanting to start a live stream. Like I've got if I can maybe show you around the room sometime. This I'm in my sort of like basement music den at the moment, where I've got like I've slowly been setting up various instruments. Like this is a hammered dulcimer, and I've got like a keyboard and a like electronic drum set and stuff. And I've been wanting to start like a live streaming thing of music for a while, but um, as it is now, I'm stuck here. I figure we can at least talk. It's impossible for glasses wearers to not touch their faces. It's very true. I like sometimes I'll put on contact lenses, and then all through the day I'm going like this, like, and there's nothing there. I'm just pressing my finger against my nose. But you. Oh wait, did someone give a super chat? I didn't know I'd put super chat on. Shoot. Okay. Tim, I just recently discovered your channel and I'm addicted. Um, how does these things go by so fast? I love the way you're able to put science into good music. Thanks. Well, you're welcome. It's unfortunately it's been a little while. I've been a lot of you can probably tell I've been gone for a year now, off of like this channel on YouTube. I've been I don't know, I've been trying to figure out what I'm doing, to be frank. Like I have this there I go again. I have this project, and the patrons have like heard the song already. It's a project on quantum field theory, and I had like a really high, I guess, mindset for it, where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna, I'm gonna like make all of these simulations, and I'm going to like understand the the core of quantum field theory, like and produce these like images that no one's ever understood. And I got really into the literature and like trying to figure out how to do it. And then it kind of like crushed me by the fact that I just kept not understanding. Like I did a whole degree in theoretical physics, 2 degrees in physics, but one, a master's in like the theoretical high energy stuff. And I still don't understand it. And the more I look at it, the more it's like nobody understands it. Um, so I got really frustrated off that, and that's kind of why I've been gone for a while. But kind of, so I talked to I had a really good talk with Grant from Three Blue One Brown the other day, like before this whole thing rolled through, and he told me like, hey, you've got to get your act together basically, and get back on YouTube. And I think that's very accurate. Um, I'd be interested if you guys like. Okay, so first of all, I'd love to know for you guys, like what are you doing? What are you doing now that you're all stuck indoors? And if I was to do this regularly, what, like, I don't know, what would you guys want it to be? Um, it could be anything. I might make the setup a little better, so we could do like live streams of music. We could do creative projects. I think this looks to me like it's going to go on for a while. And also it would be nice to yeah, if you guys have any science questions about this whole pandemic or whatever, because I've been looking into sort of like I've been following it pretty closely for a while. So if we could like we could take this opportunity for me to like talk about a little more of like what's going on, and maybe if you guys are uncertain of information, um, yeah. Yeah. Excuse me, but can you check Korean subtitle in your exoplanetology world video? Um, oh shoot. Is that did someone make that? Like usually with these videos, I just like let people make subtitles for them, and but I'm like sometimes they come through, but I'm not sure if there's like something I actually have to check so that people can actually use the subtitles. That's a really good thing for me to figure out. I didn't realize that that wasn't just being automatically dumped through, because it would be nice. Um, Stanzi at Aziri, sorry if I'm gonna butcher a lot of people's names, is asking how could this pandemic uh, die down, which I think is one of the things that we all want to know. And the truth of the matter is, I don't think there's any like I don't know. I don't know if there's any good answer to how it's gonna die down. Here's how a pandemic usually works. It If every infected person is infecting more than one person, then you get this exponential runaway, right? So like you'll have one case and then two cases and four cases and 8 and 16 and 32 and um, if you ever like I don't know if you have much experience with exponential growth, but like it's basically starts off very slow and then it gets very fast very quickly. And then like if you do nothing, then it just goes through the entire population, and eventually it starts slowing down for one thing because it well basically because it runs out of people, but it'll actually die down before it hits everybody. And the reason for that is that once you've gotten it, presumably you're immune to infection, and so then the number of new people that each old person infects is going to go down, right? Like if every second person you're meeting is already immune to it, then you're not going to give it to them. So instead of doubling, maybe it's only 1.5 people, and then as more people get it, it's 1.2, and then it's as soon as it goes below like one new infection per old infection, then it's gonna then it starts exponentially decaying, and it can actually die before everybody gets it. So if you hear people talk about herd immunity, that's what they're talking about. They're saying like once a certain number of people are immune, then it'll die without everybody actually having to get it. So that's the first way that a pandemic can die out. It's just like herd immunity through infection of the entire population, or like 70% of the population, which is what you hear people talk about. The second way that it can die out is the same, except that instead of allowing everybody to get it, you make a vaccine and inoculate people, and you have herd immunity without having to go through the disease, right? So that's how we've beaten pretty much every major disease in the past that we have beaten. You know, it's how we eradicated smallpox and pretty much have gotten rid of polio, and depending where you are in the world, unfortunately. But excuse me. But unfortunately, a vaccine is like usually takes years to develop, and the way that this thing is exponentially running away, by the time you would have a vaccine without doing anything else, you would have run through the whole population anyways. So what else can you do? Another way that the epidemic can die is if you actually kill it by reducing the spread some other way. So like I said, with herd immunity, the new cases per old cases starts slowing down when everyone's infected. But like if everyone's perfectly isolated, then the thing dies, right? Because everyone who gets it either makes it through or unfortunately passes away, and then it's done, right? Like it doesn't infect anybody else, and this thing can only live in people, right? Like if it won't live on surfaces for more than a couple of days at most, or hours depending on the surface, and it, so if you do perfectly isolate everybody, then you just kill it and it's done. Unfortunately, that's pretty much impossible to do, especially worldwide, because you need to do it for months, and people do need to interact and exchange things and eat. Um, but that's if even if you don't get perfect containment, you can really slow things down by stopping the number of new infections per old infection. So that's why people are telling you to wash your hands. That's why people are telling you to stay indoors and just socially isolate and keep distance from people. I mean, that's mainly how these things die out. But it's either it goes through everybody, or you get immunity through infection or through inoculation, or you actually chase it down and kill it. Now this one's really hard to chase down and kill. Like we did it, we've done it with other, like with SARS in 2003. We did in fact chase it down and kill it. Like SARS is gone. It came out of bats, probably I think through a civet cat, but it no longer and maybe it's still in a bat somewhere, but it's not in people, and it hasn't reinfected us since 2003. I think like this one, in my opinion, is like it would be technically possible to chase down and kill, but it's going to be a massive effort. And I think everyone's kind of struggling with that question right now, right? Like, do you figure out a way to plan for it to go through, or do you instead actually try to like mobilize this gigantic worldwide effort to like contain, stop everything, chase it down, and eradicate it? And I don't think anyone's figured that out yet. That was a very long answer. I have a tendency to ramble. Let's look at some of these super chats. I've never done super chats before. I actually wasn't really planning on monetizing this because I don't know. I don't really. I kind of just wanted to hang out, and I wasn't really sure if this was going to be good. So I wasn't sure if I wanted to, make this a monetary thing. But I don't know. What do you guys think? If I keep this going, should I like put monetization on and allow people to super chat, or would you like it better if I just kill that and like we just have a whatever this is? Because I'm not really looking to make a profit out of this thing. Like it's not my main, it's not my main content. It's just a thing I'm doing for fun and because I think it's a good thing to do. So I love your content. You inspired me to go on a spontaneous trip to LIGO. Oh, that's really cool. Okay, let's see what people are chatting. Hashtag flatten the curve. Yeah, that's the that's what everyone that's what it means to slow down the infection rate. So the thing with slowing it down, excuse me, for those of you just joining, do I have coronavirus? Maybe, but if so, I'm mostly through it. So don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. Let people give you money for cough syrup if they can afford it. I should go out and get some cough syrup actually. Yeah, I don't know. Please make. You've got the black lung. Vampire cough. Yeah. We need a catchier name. I don't know if we need a catchier name for this. I actually think that this virus is named pretty well by the World Health Organization. Like to give it a really sort of like generic space age name. I really hope that it stays that way because you're seeing certain people try to like label it and politicize it, and I'm not sure if, given what we have to do worldwide to mobilize against this thing, I don't know if that's a really good solution. Starting my undergraduate in physics the next year, if the situation will stop. Any advice? Okay, so I don't know if you have the same situation wherever you live, but if you're going to university straight out of high school, or like in my province, it's like CEGEP, which is like a college thing, goes from that to university. What I would advise you to do is be prepared for it to like ramp up it in terms of like workload and just intensity of like what they expect from you and what you have to understand like really fast. Like I think a lot of universities try to like still try to like hit you out of the gate with like here's all the most difficult stuff and we're really gonna we're really gonna hammer you with it and hope that a bunch of you drop our courses or like test you in fire. So I don't know what kind of university you'll be going to, but prepare yourself for definitely like a different sort of experience. Like especially if you're it's really it's as an ADHD person trying to read chat and talk at the same time, not easy. What was I saying? Completely lost my train of thought. It is not. It's not the same kind of work a lot of the time. Elbow. Shoot. Thank you, Froggy. I'll try to do that. It's not the same kind of work. Like especially if you're used to being the smartest person in your little school, which it's like an easiest. It's and you're like, oh, this is super easy, and I've like never had to work hard in my life. It's a real shock to go into like university level physics and find that you're suddenly with all the people who were like the smartest people at their own school, and they expect like different kinds of things from you. Like one thing that I noticed once I was when I was in university was like I felt like I thought I could predict where the professor was going a lot of the time, and then very quickly I realized that this is a different mode of teaching, especially in the way that like in high school they focus a lot on we're going to give you this formula and then your problems that you have to work out are here are some numbers, put them in the formula, right? If you're going to be a physicist and you're going to use physics and you're going to do physics in your day-to-day life, what you're not looking to be given formulas and plug things into them. You're being asked to create formulas and like sort out actually how this problem's going to work. And so a lot of exams in physics courses have like no numbers in them at all. It's just like here's this weird situation with like a pendulum on a stick whirling around the North Pole or whatever, and like tell us what the rule is. And that's a whole different kind of learning and like manipulating things that you kind of have to get your head around, I think. Let's see. How will universities function after this? The world's running around like chickens with their heads cut off. That is, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking for a while that universities are elbow. Okay. There's a way in which universities like the way that they operate a lot of the time is kind of obsolete already. Like if you have a university where all you do is go to a lecture of like 600 students in a gigantic lecture hall and then you you sit there and the professor lectures to you and then you go home and you get sent the homework and you do the homework and then you do the exam. Like there's no reason why every university should have to do that in the age of the internet. You can like there's no longer is the capacity of teaching a single lecture hall. You can put in a lecture online and if you're the best lecturer in the world, the entire world that wants to learn about that thing can watch that one thing. And so I don't know, like I've been thinking for a long time that we were probably going to see a lot of online university stuff pop up where people do that model and then figure out how to accredit you online. There's ways to do exams online and kind of like make like it's in the higher levels of university especially, it's a lot harder to cheat on exams. Like even if you like a lot of people will do open book exams, like you can have whatever you want. It's just you're not going to work this out in time if you don't really know your stuff. So I don't know. It might be a real like shakeup of the educational system, but I think it depends when like how long that this really goes for. and whether we figure out ways to mitigate it. And like I think the number one priority is going to be trying to figure out how to like slow the spread of this thing by other methods than completely shuttering ourselves in our houses, because like it's not going to last long term, I don't think. Like I don't know what anyone's end game is right now. Like I right now it's like this thing is growing exponentially. You don't know how widespread it is, especially like in America. They don't know like how many people have it, or like because they don't have any testing kits. And so right now it's like lock down, lock down, lock down, shut everything down, get a handle on it, because otherwise it's going to totally take over the healthcare system, like unfortunately we've seen early on in China and then in Italy. But I do think you're going to have to figure out a way to start up society, because the truth is like a vaccine is a year and a half away, probably. You know, we might be able to fast track it, but that is fast tracking it. Like that would be the fastest we've ever developed a vaccine for anything. And you like society is you know, we need to do things. We need food, we need production, and we're going to see a lot of hurt in a lot of different areas if we like shut everything down for a year. And also you're just going to like people just aren't going to do it, I don't think. Like at a certain point people can't, like I'm a super introvert. Like I've built this cave for myself and I stay here most of the time and I don't see a lot of people, but a lot of people don't. So I think a lot of research needs to go into things um, like prophylactic things. Like with malaria, you can take a drug to keep yourself from getting infected. And there's been some preliminary research showing that there's a malaria drug that's actually like has similar effects on these coronaviruses. So if you can get that, like if you lock down now and you keep it from overwhelming, especially your healthcare system, then you have to like ramp up the healthcare system, and you also have to, you know, maybe you mass produce this thing that prevents people from getting infected, and you give it to the vulnerable people first, and then you start giving it to everybody else, so that. But I don't know. I'm not an epidemiologist, right? This is something that people on Twitter are starting to notice, is that we're all becoming like armchair epidemiologists. We're all like sharing around these ideas of like, here's what could be done. And like the truth is that I don't know, there's like every day I'm like absorbed in this and learning more about it, but I still feel like, you know, like I'm nowhere near qualified to like actually make decisions about how the world's going to do it. I really hope that people in government can do a better job than people on Twitter. I don't know that for sure, because so far it seems that Twitter saw this coming more than most other people, but we'll see. Did you ever feel like you're too stupid for physics? Like, did you feel like no matter how hard you try, you will never be good enough? Um, yeah, I think everybody hits that level at some point. Like, I I didn't feel it in high school. I didn't even get there in undergrad. In undergrad, I like it was really hard, but like I pushed myself, I worked through it, and like I did pretty well. But I definitely like when I hit my master's degree and I was surrounded by all these like hyper geniuses who are doing string theory. Um, that was where for me I came to the conclusion that like there were definitely people who got this better than I did, and that was one of the reasons why I started thinking about what else I could do with my life. But it was also like I think I could have pushed through it. Like a lot of that is like imposter syndrome is very common, right? Like everybody on my floor, I think, pretty much thought that everybody else knew more than they did and got it more than they did. And that's a really isolating feeling, especially if you've got a kind of a culture within your like within your school where everybody like pretends to know more than they do, because then everybody feels bad and looks good to everybody else. But like you can push through that. Like there's a lot more you can do with hard work than you think a lot of the time, especially like iterated hard work, like day after day after day. It's like it's really incredible what you can get through for me, like, I wasn't trying to necessarily be a physicist. I just wanted to know things. Like, I wanted to know what's the like the state of like what the world is made of. So I did that, and I kind of got through grad school. I got to the point where I'd kind of gotten to the level that I wanted to know, and then I was interested in all sorts of other stuff, like what's going on in biology, what's going on in chemistry, and I wanted to like get off and do music stuff as well, and like creative things and YouTube things, and so that's why I eventually stepped out. Yeah, so people have been asking what's the guitar for. I don't know. Like, I don't know what this is gonna be. Uh, like I, yeah, this is. I didn't plan to start a live stream, really, and like at least not now. But I don't know. Do you guys want me to sing a song or something? Like I could do that. I'll tell you a bit about my guitar right now. I've been playing a lot of guitar, and I've been doing. I have decided that I'm going to try to learn the guitar with an alternate tuning. So I got myself a bass, and basses are tuned with all the strings the same amount separated, and like the same interval between them. So it's a fourth, right? Like do 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 do. Yeah, do do. Oh, my voice is cracking. So I decided that if I was going to learn the bass and I was also going to get better at the guitar, I should do that with the guitar too. So that's my guitar's in a weird tuning, which makes it hard to do like open chords, especially because usually an open D is like this. My open D is like this, and but the thing is, if you tune your guitar in this symmetrical way, then your chords are symmetrical. So this is my D, this is my A, and this is my E. It's like, which is pretty nice. And it's also like for jazz chords, like it's really useful, and for runs or whatever. It's like the same everywhere. So, yeah. So I could do music, I suppose. Let's see what else people are saying. Any quadrilinguals? Quadrilinguals in the chat. Tell us what your 4 languages are. Yeah, what if I did like I stayed up too late making memory aids. I haven't slept in days. Haven't slept in days. It's been weeks I haven't shaved, and I got no time to bathe. But I'm gonna get an A. I'm gonna get an A. Man, this is grueling. Can't stop shovel fooding. Should have tried homeschooling. Want my mom tell me it's gonna be alright. Cause the grader's gonna grade, and the student's gonna slave. Baby, I'm just gonna take exams. Brain trainer's gonna train, and complainers will complain, plain. I just wanna take exams. I'm cribbing off my sheet. Got papers to complete. I was homeschooled too, and things are looking bleak. Things are looking bleak. I'm glancing at my notes, but I can't make out my prose. I don't know what I don't know. Know what I don't know. Man, this is too hard. Forget these tiny cue cards. Pass that box of pure carbs. Stuff my face, tell me it's gonna be alright. My eraser won't erase, race. And my straight edge isn't straight. Well, I'm just gonna take exams. What are the words? I do not know the words to the song anymore. It's been a very long time since I had to take exams. I take exams. take exams. I 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 take exams. Woo, woo, boo-doo-boo-doo, woo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. My exam's got another question, but there's no time left, and I'm just gonna skip it to the fella over there with the hella squeaky chair. Quit your fidgeting, it's more than I can take. Whoa, 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 ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, there's a COVID-19 moment for you. Can't finish the song because of coughing. Oh, I take exams, I take exams, I take exams, I take exams. Oh, taking exams, yeah. What's going on in the chat? This has been a COVID moment, brought to you by COVID. Whoa, Tirzu, what's up? Tirzu in the chat, guys. I was supposed to go to a thing where Tirzu was gonna be and we were gonna hang out. And now I'm not gonna do it, because nobody's going anywhere. Oh dear, oh, take exams, I 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 take exams. Right, well there's that. Yeah, I like Tirzu a lot. If you guys are, I actually use him in a lecture that I do about my work and like the phenomenon of like edutainment on the internet. Like Tirzu is one of my go-to like explanations of like, here, you professors and teachers and people who are like of the old generation who aren't on the internet, this is what we're doing now. Like, you have never seen like educational work like this before. The other ones that I use Tirzu, I use Vi Hart for kind of the older stuff, and Bill Wirtz, because Bill Wirtz is absolutely fantastic. And I listen to every song he ever makes, and I hope he comes back, because he's another one of those YouTubers that like just disappears. Like he hasn't been I haven't seen anything from him in months, probably like what is it, like 6 months. He does need to come back, but he's like, I kind of with Bill Wirtz, I kind of trust that like if he's gone for a year, he's gonna come back with like a 30-minute video about like the, I don't know, history of the multiverse or something. Like, I don't know, it's gonna be. Excuse me. Yay, Elbow! I am learning. Maybe with positive reinforcement from chat, I can actually like figure it out and get on this train. John Nathan Shopper says, I don't know what that relates to. Whether it's because of me, or whether it's just because of the world right now. People are asking how my family is. My family's good right now. So I live right across the street from my sister and her husband and their 2 kids. And right now, I've like for the past few days, I've been running some childcare, because my sister is like an adjacent healthcare worker. Like she's not a hospital worker, like a nurse, but she's a speech therapist. And so there's like in Quebec, they're still doing some services. Why do I have a dry cough? Because I got a bad sickness a month ago. Which, so like if you're worried, I'm over whatever the sickness was. If it was COVID, which it might have been, I'm over it. I'm gonna be fine. And my whole sister's family got it when I got it, and it went through them. And like the little one actually had pneumonia and was like given antibiotics, and they all recovered. And so it's entirely possible that we already got it, but because it was that long ago, we probably don't have any like viruses in us anymore if we do have it. And so we can't really be tested unless there's an antibody test. So that's one thing that I'm really hoping to see in the near future out of this like intense research that's coming out of this is like we need a test to see if people have already had it, because probably a lot of people, like if you can't test in the early stages when people are getting it, then they need to test later. Someone says if they gave them antibiotics, it wasn't COVID. That would be true like if doctors actually checked what kind of pneumonia you have, but around here it seems the general the general thing is if you have pneumonia, you just get antibiotics and they hope it works, and they don't actually they don't actually like test you in any way, because usually it helps. Like usually it is, especially in kids. So, have you gone because you have a job now? Nope. Well, sort of. Like I've been doing some concerts and some like speaking gigs and stuff. Like I did. Okay, stop spamming, please. Uh, I did a speaking gig and a performance at a science fair last year, and then I did a really interesting long stay at a university in Saudi Arabia called Kaust, and I stayed there for like 3 weeks, and did like t- did a concert for them, which was really interesting, and did like a couple of talks, and also learned how to scuba dive, so that was cool. But I've also been I've been working on this video, like the next video, like the song's done. The patrons have it; they seem to really like it. But I just I've been really dragging my feet on the animations because I wanted to animate something that no one's ever animated before, and that I've never seen a visualization of, and I don't think anybody knows what it's supposed to look like. Maybe I can tell you about that. So the song, okay, sneak peek for everybody who's watching this live stream or anyone who finds it later in the archive, because I think I'm gonna archive these on this channel. I'm gonna keep them in a playlist, but unlist them so that they don't show up in people's subscription feeds and stuff. Because if I'm gonna do this every day, I don't want to bombard people. But I'll put them in an unlisted list, and then I'll have the playlist up somewhere on the channel so that people can find them and watch them later. But yeah, if you're watching this, so the song is I'm taking on "Good Vibrations" by the Beach Boys, and I'm doing I'm doing it about quantum field theory and the vibrations of quantum fields. Because for those of you who aren't aware, the vibrations of quantum fields is what everything is made of. So you've probably heard about how the debate over whether subatomic particles are waves, or are they waves or are they particles? They're waves. They're they're quantized waves. So there's a way in which they're particle-ish. You can have a wave or a double of that wave or a triple of that wave, and so in that way you can count up how much the wave it is, and you can say there's 3 particles here, but they are definitely waves, and the thing that's waving is this thing called a quantum field. Well, actually, a bunch of different quantum fields. Someone, Ann Smith, knows a patron of mine knows the words. Yeah, so the thing that's waving is quantum fields. So it's the particles that you think of around you. If you see if you think of a sound wave, the particle is the sound wave, and the quantum field would be the air that's vibrating, producing the sound wave. And sometimes it's pretty simple to think about what those quantum fields look like. Some fields actually do behave pretty much like the, I don't know, the air, or they're just there's just a single number associated with them, so they just go up and down like a guitar string. There's another thing you could do. This is a one-dimensional field right here, this string. So the string is the field, and the particle would be the vibration, and then 2 particles might be that vibration, and 3 particles might be this vibration, and 4 particles would be that vibration. So that's kind of how it works. But if but with other fields, especially like the electron field. So the electron field is what's called a spin one half field, or a spinor field, and there are there's not just like if you're imagining the ways that something can wave, like this guitar string can wave up and down or side to side. The spinor field can wave in like four different ways, and it's also got this really weird property where you can only have one wave of any given frequency, and if you have another one, that's like you can't. um, this is what Pauli the exclusion principle is. This is why electrons build up around atoms instead of all being like down around the nucleus, because like the first one that goes to the nucleus will block the next one, and that'll block the next one, and they build up in these like onion layers. That's all because of the properties of this field and the way that it can only vibrate in one, like in any given mode with one particle. So there's like I've been playing around with a lot of ways to like show that in a way that like you get the like the mechanics of the field and why it does that, and I cannot figure it out. There's like there's literature on it, sort of, but it's like I've been puzzling through it a long time, and I just keep coming up against this brick wall because nobody thinks about really how to visualize this stuff. We mostly just think about like doing calculations with it, and the calculations are insanely complicated but straightforward. But the idea of what does that actually, like, how would you actually think about it, and like look at it, very, very difficult. So that's taken a long time, but Field Vibrations is going to be the next song. And should I do like a preview? I could do like the first verse. I thought the particles pictured there were like solid bits no force on earth could tear. Well, particles a deceptive word. It's a waving field like sound is waving air. That's all you get. For the rest, you're gonna have to stay here subscribed and check this out when it finally drops. I don't know, or maybe I'll do more. I'll do more previews in future days. I don't know. Maybe stick around. Okay, I want more ideas about what this could be. This live stream, if I'm gonna do it regularly. Like, yeah, what it's gonna be. My plan for Corona quarantine: stay here, stay subscribed. Cool. If you want other things to do during Corona quarantine, I don't know. We should have like a good list. Like, if you want more information, really good resources right now. Dr. Mike is doing really good stuff. John Perry just did a live stream last night that's stated clearly, where he answers a lot of like science questions on this virus and what's going on. Dr. John Campbell has become kind of like a hub for people who want like different facets of like epidemiology and how it relates to this, and he's been covering this since January and kind of like predicting where it's going to go. Chat with John Perry. John is actually in my city. He's here. He's here in Montreal. He moved here a little while ago. Maybe I shouldn't have given that away, but yeah, it would be cool to bring other people in on this. I'm gonna have to like figure out the technology of it, because right now you're just here on my phone, and fortunately I think I figured out how to get the microphone plugged in. Like, is it coming out of that? Is that do you hear the tap? Yeah. So if I'm gonna do like chats with people, because I'm not gonna like bring people over to my house to talk, that would kind of, I don't think that's really what you're supposed to do. But it would be, yeah, I would love to set up like a chat with various people. So maybe I'll like put the word out, like ask John if he wants to do something. I could reach out to a few other people. Tirzu, if you're still in the chat, if you wanna jump on one of these at some point, yeah, maybe we could make that happen. And then like maybe, I don't know, I can try to deck this thing out so I can get more like microphones on the instruments and stuff. Let's see. I'm really anxious about some stuff going on around me right now. We're having earthquakes, and I'm concerned. Do you know anything about what may be going on? I mean, if you're having earthquakes, I think that the tectonic plates are moving. I'm sorry if that's freaking you out. Like I think this is gonna put everybody like, I don't know. I'm like, a lot of people are really nervous right now, and I think we're like even I'm like sort of frantically like checking things and like worrying about I don't know, and like not checking stuff properly, and I find myself like consuming misinformation, um, and just like being like, okay, well I can get that in my head and then like go on with my day, and later I realized that wasn't true at all, or like I didn't actually check it. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about the earthquake in relation to anything else. Like if it's a strong earthquake and it starts collapsing your building, I would suggest you get under a door frame, because apparently that's the safest place to be in an earthquake, or get outside, with without stuff on top of you. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about the earthquake like signaling the apocalypse. Uh, Love from Delaware. Hey, uh, you really inspired me to do a cappella stuff, but as things are, I'm not good at it. I never got more than 2 recordings before I delete them and walk away for another month before I try again. Any tips? Oh yeah. So the problem is I mean the problem is the walking away. I think, um, like if you want to see how like my progression, the my first channel before I started, like even if you go back to like the start of this channel, like I look at my old videos now and I'm like, oh, that was really bad, but it was pretty good already. Um, and if But if you go, there's an old channel that I had with a friend of mine called Cabin 9, and if you go back to the start of that, you can see like how like we started in like 2011, and even before that, like I was doing stuff, on MySpace for a long time. I had like old bands in high school that were like genuinely terrible, and like that's, I don't know. It's like the only way to do it is to, like the only way to get good at something is to not walk away from it and instead like learn. Like just do the next thing, and if it'll be a little better than your previous thing, and then do the next thing and it'll be better than your previous thing, and then like 5 years later you look back at yourself and you're like, whoa, that like my general reaction to my old stuff is, huh, that's kind of bad, but it's cool because then I can look at my how far I've come, right? And like I'm never satisfied. Like I still think the stuff that I'm doing, like, oh shoot, that has a lot of improvement to do, and like these things, and I look super awkward, and like that didn't work out, and this is too crowded, and whatever else. So yeah, I don't know. I'm getting distracted by chat again. I'm a member of a choir that performed Bohemian Gravity on TV in Austria. Sweet, Tu Viens, I think is as the name of that. Is that the name of the university or the name of the choir? Um, yeah, I saw that. That was really cool. Do you think I could come to your city? Like we could perform that together when this when this is all over, because that would be really sweet. I'd like. I've done a couple of performances with choirs, and they're like my favorite thing, because it's so, yeah. Technical University of Vienna. It's like so much better than doing stuff alone, to be doing stuff with other people. As that's why we're here, right? Oof. How are my parents? My parents are okay. They were traveling before this hit, so they're self quarantining, in our house in a little town, and they're doing good. They're like, I don't know. They're, yeah. I'm worried, as everyone is, but that's, they're like, I'm pretty. I'm pretty happy to be where I am. Like Canada's had a really solid response to this, like given how early it was for us. We've got a lot of measures already in place. And I feel like the I mean, I'm kind of isolated now, so I don't know for sure how everybody else is reacting to them, but I feel like people are pretty on board with them. And so like I'm confident I'm more confident in my area's ability to like handle this. Like we're testing a lot, and um, yeah, I think we have the advantage that like I don't know, not we're not as much of a hub, right? So I'm in Quebec. Uh, that's answering a person Apeksha Patel asking what province I'm in. Yeah, but I'm genuinely scared for the U.S. right now. Like I'm not gonna lie, I think the news is gonna get a lot worse there before it gets better. And one of the reasons for that is that there's kind of a 2 week delay on this epidemic. Like last week's infections are this week's like beginning to be sick people because it has a latency period of like 5 to 7 days, and then the, like this week's serious cases that are like coming to the hospital are 2 weeks ago's infections. So like when you start to see your hospitals fill up, if you haven't done anything at that point, then you've got another 2 weeks of it building. Even if you lock down right there, and that's what they're seeing in Italy right now, is that like they waited to really close everything down until it was bad, and by the time you do that, it just gets like you start to see the cases that you didn't know about pile up because you're 2 weeks behind the curve on it. So that's why, like in the U.S., it's worse than like as long as you're on that exponential runaway, which like most Western countries are right now, at least in the official numbers. They're like you're gonna if you haven't already locked everything down, you're gonna see it get, and even if you just locked everything down, you're gonna see it get worse for the next couple weeks. So I think like I don't know, I think we all need to be prepared for that, and it should also give you motivation to like really follow this stuff because it's not like you have to do some math on the official numbers to get a sense of like how widespread this thing actually is. Like generally the official numbers are off by like on the upward trend, they're usually off by about a factor of 10, and that depends on how much how much testing you're doing. So yeah, exponentials are problematic. Um, yeah, Nate Silver had a good point on Twitter where he was saying that Twitter really like if you were part of the Twitter sphere, Twitter was freaking out about this like a month ago, and Nate Silver pointed out that generally Twitter overreacts to almost everything, but because the natural tendency of human beings is to underreact to exponentials because they just don't fit our intuitions. Twitter's reaction was bang on this time, right? It was exactly what was needed. Hi from Cuba. Hi, Gabriella. Cuba seems to be actually doing some good work on this right now. They've got an interferon in testing that is showing some promise as a treatment. I don't know. What should we do, guys? We're all stuck in our places. Tell me more about yourselves. Let's see. Hi from India. Hi from Colombia. Hello from Trinidad. Do you have any idea how to stay motivated and work during these days? I can give you some tips on working at home, none of which I follow. But there are tips that a lot of other people have told me do work. One is keep a schedule, because you don't have anyone around you telling you, like forcing you to do things at a particular time. It's really easy to, like, oh, I'm gonna stay in bed for 2 hours in the morning. I'm gonna check my phone. I'm gonna slowly get up and make myself tea, and then I'm gonna scroll Twitter and Facebook and whatever else, and then, oh look, it's 2 in the afternoon, and now it's kind of late to do anything because I don't really have much time left. So whatever, I'm gonna like watch a Netflix show, and oh, I'm watching a Netflix show, and now I'm gonna watch 6 Netflix shows because that was a really good first episode, and like this has been my struggle as a YouTuber for quite some time. Is that when you're doing stuff all by yourself, you and you have no particular, like, all of the social dynamics of like you need to be working now are missing, and you really have to self motivate. So the tips that people share is like keep yourself on a schedule, like wake up at the same time, keep your phone out of your bedroom so that you have to like get up and then go and make your breakfast, and then like have like scheduled time that's like work time, right? If you need to get something done, it's like, okay, you've got to you've got to set your time, tell people like this is the time that I'm working. I'm not free to communicate, like I'll answer you afterwards, and you block it, and like you take breaks, and you schedule your breaks, and then like when your day when your work time is done, then you stop and you like do all of your social things in your free time, and you check up on the news and everything, and then you do the same thing the next day. Because if you start getting like into that sense of I have unlimited time and like I have my whole day and I have nothing to do, I find that I stretch things out in the morning where I like, yeah, I don't really, I'm like, okay, well, I can do this later. I don't have to work. And then why are you spamming numbers? That's really weird. Um, yeah, right. I feel like I don't, but then like your motivation kind of, I find that my motivation kind of saps as the day goes on. So I was actually pretty highly motivated in the morning, and then I use that motivation. If I don't use that motivation on the thing I'm actually trying to get done, then I just don't do it. So like later in the day, like I feel like I can't. So yay, elbow again. I'm learning slowly. Doesn't really work with kids around. Yes, tell me about it. I've been running daycare, or like childcare for my sister some of these days, and it's a lot harder with kids. I don't envy the people who are trying to work and also trying to manage childcare right now. Yeah, I feel like I've been getting really into jazz in the past little while. Those 2-5-1s. Ugh. Let's see what else we got. What'd you do for your final paper of your master's? I did. How do I explain this? So I was studying like quantum gravity stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna take a sip of water here. Stay hydrated, folks. Drink lots of fluids. If you're stuck at home, eat at regular times. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna have to do some homeschooling for a while, which is so I was homeschooled. I was homeschooled and up until grade 10, and for me it worked really well because my mom was a school teacher, before she was homeschooling us, so I actually got a pretty standard education. But yeah, but a lot of homes, if you're getting to homeschooling now because you have to for some reason, then like try to get your kid to learn on their own as much as possible, because I think like one of the great things about homeschooling for me was that it was pretty much just like, here's a topic, go learn about it, and then write a thing about it, and I would do that on my own. And that's really good for, like, I think that's a better model than a lot of these like um more like school models of like, we're gonna spoon feed you the thing and then like regurgitate it back to us. Like, I don't know. I think I'm probably, if I have kids at some point, I'm probably gonna homeschool them. And like, because you kind of develop this freedom to like, and like ability to research and like parse facts for yourself, and that's something that like, it's genuinely what you need for the rest of your life. And I think going forward, it's going to be like in the future, in the next few decades, all of the like routine jobs are getting automated, I would guess. And what you need is the ability to think for yourself and research for yourself and fill weird little niches. And so you gotta, I don't know, I think that's what we should be training in our kids. So like, I don't like when people talk about like, hey, here's like the good things that are coming out of this pandemic, and like, I don't know, like it can feel a lot of the time like, I don't know, really dismissive to like how bad this situation is, because it is actually like, it's a catastrophe. And especially if you're like well off and you're like, oh, I'm going to use this as a vacation, an opportunity to stay home, like um you're dismissing a lot of people in a lot of the world that like don't have that luxury, and that this is going to be very hard on, like, people are going to lose people. um but at the same time, if you have to make the most of of your situation, and if you're stuck indoors, and you got to homeschool your kid, do so, because I would say it's better than school, even when your kid does have the opportunity. So, you know. Hmm. So someone was asking, like, is there going to be like a regular time if you're joining? I am fine. I might have had I might have had this disease, but if I did, I had it like a month ago, and I'm good. I just have a cough that won't go away. Um, I think, like, I wanted to put this at a time when it was accessible to a good portion of the world, especially the affected world. It's the whole world's the affected world. So I kind of put it here at 2 in the afternoon, local time, um, because touch my face again, because I can pretty much get the whole Americas and Europe and over to, I don't know, like maybe over to the far side of Europe. If you're watching from, I don't know what time is it in India right now? Is it a crazy time? Uh, I don't know. So I don't know. I'm thinking that I'll do 2 p.m. every day, or like this time every day, or I might not do it every day, but I'll okay, it's midnight in India. Yeah, that's okay. Like, I'm trying to get night to be over the Pacific Ocean. So so that if there's as few people as possible sleeping, and they can come join us here. So that's like, this time seems to work okay, because I do have a little I don't know, I have a pretty international audience here, it seems. Mumbai, Finland, Florida. Uh, okay, 2 in Indonesia. That's a little stretching it a little, I suppose. If you're up at 2 in the morning in Indonesia, good on you. Um, Whoa. Okay. Mexico, Switzerland, France, Wisconsin. Hey, someone from Montreal. How's it going? Um, I would say let's get together, but not gonna happen. At least not for a while. I don't know. Should I do another song? People are asking for. Someone was asking for CRISPR. I can try to do CRISPR. CRISPR is a lot of jazz chords, and I haven't played it before, especially in this tuning. So, what would it be? Whoop. Ba-do-do-ba-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do. Whoop. Ooh. CRISPR Cas9. CRISPR Cas9. Oh, that's good. CRISPR Cas9. Bring me a gene encoding for a specific protein. Make a few snips at this coded locus. You work so well inside a streptococcus. Cas9. I'm so alone without your scissors in my chromosome. Cut me up and do it clean. CRISPR Cas9, bring me a gene. Yeah, sing along if you know it. Except, do I know it? Do I know the words? CRISPR Cas9, bring me a gene. A viral sequence that I've never seen. Chopped into bits and stored as genomic, with clustered repeats that are palindromic. Cas9, lock into place and do your job as endonuclease. Chop just like a guillotine. CRISPR Cas9, bring me a gene. Oh, I'm getting messed up on the chord extensions here. What does it switch to? It switches keys there, I think. Oh no, I think there's another verse in that key. Oh. Yo, persistent cough. Yay. One of the weirdest things about having had this like a month ago is that I'm almost positive that by now I wouldn't actually have like viral shedding. So I can't do they're like in Quebec they're not testing people who didn't travel in the past 2 weeks. But even so, I think like my test would come back negative anyways. So it's kind of this weird like, was I an early one? It would be really nice to know, because then like I think there's going to be a big part to play for people who catch this early, right? Because those people can go out into society again. Like we can actually, we could assist at hospitals. We could, we could go out and interact and like deliver things to people. I'm saying we. I don't know that I have had it. That's the problem. I just know that I was sick last month. So I don't know. I'm hoping that gets together soon. The scientists who are working hard on an antibody test, that would be nice. There's a couple. Yeah, there's Rebecca. There are a couple instances of people getting reinfected. It seems, but it's really hard to tell the signal from the noise. Like, there's like 2 anecdotes of that, and like, at this point, 200,000 cases, 60 or something like 60,000 of which are recovered. So, if you're talking about two reinfections in a population of 60,000, it's very likely that there was some extenuating circumstance for that. Like, maybe they had they're immunocompromised somehow, or, like there's also, yeah, like you could have a false negative when they leave and they actually still have it, and then later you test it again. So like, when you see these news stories that are reliant on like a couple of anecdotes, like don't put too much stock in them. Things are going to change. Do you speak French? Oui, je parle français. Pas aussi bon que je parle en anglais. Et j'ai un peu un accent québécois parce que je viens de la Québec. But yeah, I do come from Quebec. My dad is French Canadian. So yeah, I don't speak Spanish. I learned a little bit of Ukrainian a while ago, but I don't remember it. I can say like garden and juice, and that's like not much else. don't put don't put too much stock in anything. The markets are getting crushed. Bazinga! All right. That's accurate. I mean, you can buy low, sell high. If the markets are getting crushed, now might be the time. Don't take my advice. I'm not an economist. I don't know how crazy this is gonna be. I don't know. Should we like make up a song? We're stuck inside. I got nowhere to hide from this coronavirus, but I'm gonna go on the internet and I'm gonna talk to my friends, and I'm gonna go to my YouTube page and see the people I care about on the internet, and hopefully we can laugh and forget that the world is a crazy place. Boom. Brother, can you spare a roll? That's topical right now. I don't know. You give me a topic to make a song about. Sickness and health. The growth of COVID-19 cases is actually a logistic curve in disguise. Yes, it is a logistic curve. The problem is that the natural height of the logistic curve is the human population, and the point at which it stops being approximately exponential is half the human population, and it'd be really nice if it didn't get there. Song title: "Cough into Your Elbow." That's all right. Let's try that. If you're gonna cough and you don't want to set people off with more disease, then I'm begging you, please cough into your elbow. Cough into your elbow. Cough into your. If you got a cold and you want the people around you to get old, you gotta stop. Take a tissue and then drop it in the bin when you're done, and wash your hands. Cough into your elbow. Cough into your elbow or into a tissue, and then you got to wash your hands and stay away from me. Stay away from me. Don't touch your face. You're spreading germs all over the place. And don't go to your parents' house if you got a symptom. Even if you don't, maybe better safe than sorry right now. We don't know where this is going yet. Cough into your elbow. Come on, everybody, let the world know. And all you scientists working on cures for this disease really gotta go fast. And if there's anything we can do to make it faster, you gotta let us know. I don't know. We gotta crowdsource this stuff. Come on, everybody's sitting at home doing nothing. It's wasted productivity. We could be solving this problem together. I'm trying to solve it by playing the guitar and keeping people motivated and telling them about coughing into their elbows. And I don't know. Distance yourself from the people if you care about their health. Don't hoard masks cause we need them for the people on the front lines of the hospitals. And don't buy so much toilet paper. Really, what do you need all that toilet paper for? You can always wash yourself in the shower. Use the head for a bidet. Or, I don't know, you can just go and get new underwear. Really, it's not the thing you need right now. I don't know, you need food, I guess, and like medicine. That's probably a good thing to have. What does rhyme with elbow? Yeah, I think that's good. It's gonna be the end of the song. This is gonna be the end of the song right there. Well, that was kind of fun. Tebow, not really. Tebow doesn't really rhyme with fellow. Fellow, that's pretty good. Meow, no. Fellow rhymes with elbow. Cough into your elbow. Be an upstanding fellow. That could be good. Mellow and yellow. Yeah, fellow, mellow, yellow. Kind of works. It's like it's like a near rhyme anyway. It's good enough for songs. The phrase "hell no." Shoot. Okay, that's the thing we could do. We could write songs on here, because if I'm gonna this is a crazy crowdsourcing ability. If I can just ask hey, what's a good next line, and you guys just spam it. Geez, I'm gonna think about that. That could be really cool. And then we could actually, I don't know, we could produce a song together. I don't know if I could get screen sharing worked out. We could do the we could record I could show you my recording setup and my recording process. We could talk as I do that. I don't know. Could be interesting. I'll think about it. If you guys have any other ideas, let me know. That's what this is here for. Ooh. Oh yeah, we could get people. Oh, we could get people sending in stuff to sing too, or play. Joachim, I'm not sure if that's how I pronounce it. Says I can play the violin. Yeah. Okay. This could actually be really good. As a thing. I don't know if we want to keep this going, and then yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna do this stream. Zoom, then you can see everybody. I think Zoom has a limit of 200 people. So right now there's 266 people watching. So you could do it together, but I don't know if I have coronavirus. If I do, I'm almost completely recovered. But yeah. Evan, hi Evan. Tim, have you heard of the subharmonic vocal technique? I was trying to learn that a little while ago. So for those of you who don't know, the subharmonic vocal technique is it's like what you hear in like tube and throat singing. It's one of the elements of tube and throat singing. So one of them is that like you shape your mouth so that a specific harmonic comes out. So like you can kind of hear that wasn't great, but you can kind of hear the harmonics like as I shape my mouth to be a particular frequency resonator. But the other element of throat singing is this subharmonic singing, which is actually where you it's somewhere half between like so a vocal fry. Vocal fry is like this. Like if I talk like I'm just waking up and I get close to the microphone, that's what a vocal fry is. And then natural singing is, you know, like talking. But there's this sort of like halfway where you start to sing and then you like mix in a vocal fry and it actually drops your voice by an octave. So let's see if I can do it. It's like, I can't really get it. Oh dear. Are throat singing and subharmonic singing actually different? Tell me what the difference is, because I thought that the subharmonic, the throat singing was subharmonic plus harmonic shaping with your mouth. I could be wrong with that. Yeah, make an octave lower note with your false vocal cords. That's what I'm talking about. It's the same thing that beatboxers do when they do like that really low bass. It's just hard to do. Yeah. No, I can't do it anymore. Oh, kind of did it. We kind of did it. I can't usually hit that note. Grunting can sound so painful. Yeah. BRB dying. You have a cough. Stop killing your throat. Yeah. See, so this is the good thing about this kind of guitar tuning, even though it makes chords, open chords, really hard. I can't do this. It sounds awful. But I can do, and then I can do, and they're exactly the same. So I like don't have to learn everything 3 times. There is also a there's a keyboard that's similar, actually, like a completely symmetrical keyboard. It's called the Yanko keyboard, and basically it has like it has one row of keys that's the whole tone scale. So do 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 do. So it's like different from like the standard keys on the white keyboard are like do 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 do. But an actual whole tone scale where all of the keys are the same distance apart are do 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 do, and then the layer above that is do 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 do. And then there's a layer above that, which is the old layer, and a layer above that, which is the old layer, which is the second layer. And what that allows you to do on a keyboard is that if you play a chord in one key, you can just move that same like mitt of fingers to a different spot, and it'll still sound the same in a different key. And I've been really wanting to make myself a Yanko keyboard like attachment for one of my keyboards, but I think I need to get like a 3D printer. I don't know if anyone cared about that. Let's see. I really liked the Entropic Time video, and I was amazed even more from the behind the scenes. I'm planning to remake it, recording and filming. I also like the song played backwards. If you manage to replicate Entropic Time, good on you. Send it to me, because that would be cool. Is there anything that was better than Dumb Ways to Die? Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Excuse me. Any more? I don't know. Any more questions? You remember Alpine Cat and the LHC rap? Yeah, that was one of my inspirations actually to start this channel. Was Alpine Cat. Um, yeah, I show her in my lecture too. When LHCb sees where the antimatter's gone, Alice looks at collisions of lead ions. CMS and Atlas are two of a kind. They're looking for whatever new particles they can find. The LHC accelerates the protons in the lead, and the things that it discovers will rock you in the head. Yeah. Hi, did you already buy a full face gas mask with FFP3 filters? So hello from Russia. I did not. I have not bought a mask. If I at this point, I think if I had actually bought a face mask, I would be going down to my local hospital and seeing if they need it. Around here, I don't know how it is there, but around here, people have like we've had some problems with people actually like in the couple weeks leading up to this, like going into the hospitals and stealing their masks, which is just like like I don't know what to say to that. And there's a real shortage for like the nurses and doctors who are really going to need them in the coming weeks. So yeah, that's not a good move. Same as if you're buying 400 rolls of toilet paper, and if you're buying like 400 things of hand sanitizer, like you need everybody to be clean if you want to be safe. Like it's not just about you. The more other people can't wash their hands, the more it's going to spread, and just the less you can do about it. So, you know. Also, hand sanitizer doesn't work as well as soap. So like people being obsessed with that are a little silly. Like because this virus has a lipid membrane around it. So when it replicates, it actually like it buds off of your cell and it keeps like the membrane coat around it that your cell has. And because of that, soap is really effective on it because soap will like destroy a lipid membrane, which is why you shouldn't eat Tide Pods as well, because it'll destroy the lipid membranes in all the cells in your mouth and throat and lungs. And the only reason why it doesn't on your skin is that your skin has a lot of protective proteins and stuff to keep it from to keep things from eating through it. But soap is very effective against this virus, and also if you wash your hands, whatever viruses the soap doesn't destroy get washed off your hands and go down the drain. As opposed to with hand sanitizer, you know, it's still you still get everything on you, even if you've killed most of it. So just use soap. You know, if you guys want good, like a really good coronavirus playlist, you should go to Chubby Emu. He's done a couple of like videos of his own about this in the past month or so. If you don't know Chubby Emu, he's the guy who always has the videos of like a man was I don't know a dad ate 400 pounds of chocolate in a month. This is what happened to his kidneys, or like that's not a real one. But like it's that guy, and he's put together like a playlist of lots of different experts, and he is himself like a medical doctor. So you should like if you want to really know like the science of this stuff, go there, watch that playlist. Like there's lots of doctors there who know a heck of a lot more about this than I do. Coughing is not an actual symptom of the disease, is it? Yes, it is. It is very much. Let's see. A man watched Acapella Science's videos for 40 hours straight. This is what happened to his kidneys. I would believe that. Maybe I should make that video. Or Acapella Science streamed for 40 hours straight. here's what happened to his mental faculties. Can we expect a coronavirus parody in future? People ask me that a lot. I've been I don't know. Like I'm very hesitant to like this video. This channel to me is like lighthearted and goofy, and I if it gets if this thing gets bad, which is it's want to do, I don't like I really don't want to make something that makes light of that. Like I would love to make a song eventually about our victory against this thing and like go back and tell the whole history of it. That's going to be like that I think is going to be an incredible story and worthy of a video, but it's not going to happen like I'm not going to chase the virality of it now. Like it's not going to help anybody. So I don't know, maybe eventually, like especially I don't know, like I think there's going to be a lot of heroic moments by there's definitely going to be a lot of heroic moments by doctors and like heroic breakthroughs by scientists, and that I would love to capture, I think. So we'll wait for that. I am scared, Gabriella says. I am scared. I think that's fine. I think it's all right to be scared, to be honest. Like I'm scared too. Like the world is kind of reeling at the moment, and I think it's like it's fine to be like anxious, and then if you're anxious, then you accept and you figure out what you can do about it, right? There's a website out there, I think it's called helpwithcovid.com. Let me go check that and make sure I've got it right. Yes, helpwithcovid.com. And it actually has like various different crowdsourcing projects for like what people can do. So things like we need engineers to like I don't know, design parts. If like maybe we're gonna figure out how to like crowdsource building respirator machines and stuff. So we're gonna like get a whole bunch of engineers together from around the world and like work on this problem. Or it could be as simple as like, hey, all of our elderly people have to stay indoors. There's like let's get a program together that people can go out and like bring them food. Yes, Evan's talking about folding at home. So there's a program called Folding at Home, where it's a protein folding program. Protein folding is a very hard problem, and takes a lot of computing power, but it's really important for like simulating like biomechanics of proteins and viruses and stuff. So if you can lend your computing power in your computer's spare time to folding at home, you can help researchers actually do simulations and try to get a handle on how the virus works, what drugs might work, stuff like that. Am I the weirdo that isn't scared? I mean, worrying about something you can't really fully control is just a waste of my precious energy. I don't know. I don't think there's any positive reinforcement, elbow cough. I don't think there's any right reaction to this, to be honest. Like, I don't think anyone alive has, no one alive has gone through, no, people alive have, but there's very few people alive now who have gone through a pandemic like this. And certainly no one alive who's gone through a pandemic like this in our current state of the globalized world with the internet and with the, all the worries that we already all carry through our lives. And like, I think I don't know. It doesn't do anyone really any good to like worry that they're doing emotion wrong. I don't think. So like your emotions are valid, and then you can work through that, and you know like whether if you're anxious, you can accept that you're anxious, and then go into why you're anxious, and like talk about it, and try to call up people if you're stuck alone, and talk about why what you're afraid of, and if you're not afraid, and you you don't see the point, then that's great, that's fine. You're not a sociopath. Day 6 in quarantine, binge watched all videos of acapella science. Well, there's gonna be a lot of binge watching. I've been binge watching a lot of things. Um, SARS wasn't a pandemic. No, we killed SARS. We were able to kill SARS more, like it took people a lot longer to figure out what SARS was, because at the time, like, I don't know, like gene sequencing was a lot more difficult, and we had fewer tools, and SARS. That's why it was severe acute respiratory syndrome. Usually, if you have a syndrome, what it means is we don't know what the heck this is, and so it was just a thing that was making people sick, and nobody knew. And then we figured out that it was a coronavirus, and luckily, um, SARS wasn't confined to China. It was in a few countries. It was in a few other of the other countries in that area. I think Hong Kong, Taiwan, maybe Japan. We had an outbreak in here in Canada, in Toronto, and that might be one of the reasons why Canada's taking this a lot more seriously, because we saw SARS in 2003, and we realized how bad it could have been. And luckily with SARS, it wasn't like, it had a really high fatality rate. It was something like 10%, but it was only infectious something like 10 days after symptoms showed. I'm not sure of the exact number, but it was like after people were symptomatic was when they were infectious. So all you had to do was quarantine the people who were showing symptoms, and then you kill it off. And so we killed off SARS. And MERS, same thing. So MERS is Middle East respiratory syndrome, and it's a coronavirus that comes from camels, but it doesn't transmit very well, and it also doesn't transmit asymptomatically. So people who have it, they have it before they give other people. They give it to other people. So yeah, the problem with this one is that it transmits for a few days before you show symptoms. Ooh. This isn't fun if you're going to talk about serious shit the whole time. Play some music. Fine, I'll play some music. Tell me a thing. Tell me a thing to play. To play the lead from Nothing Else Matters. I can't, because my guitar is tuned weird. Someone had I think Magdala had a suggestion for a type of a song to play, but I could do Molecular Shape of You, I suppose. What key is it in? Dot isn't the best way to try to sum up how electrons come and go. They are the states of a matter field that follows an equation that Dirac wrote. The Schrodinger part of the whole equation will just lead in sub C when it expands. Now get that Coulomb and add it in with the proton and watch them start to dance as hydrogen. It's like, proton, I feel your tug. Hit your central potential, dip down, pulling on me. Come on now, settle around me. Oh, what is that? Is that the right words? but I'm not falling in deep. No, that would break uncertainty. Say, oh, electrons move too much. Slow down your pace and put that orbit on me. Come on now, follow my lead. Come on now, follow my lead. I'm in love with the shape. Nope, that's the real ones. Molecules take the shape they do. Stable states of the quantum rules. And when a one approaches two, they combine and they're bonding. Hence hydrogen as a rule is found in nature as H2, energy configuring a molecule. Diatomically bonding, low, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Sing along. Diatomically bonding, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Diatomically bonding, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Diatomically bonding, energy configuring a molecule. Cup into your elbow. One half spin will give a left on a twin, one up, one down in the ground state. With S&P and quadruple degeneracy, the second shell can be filled up with 8. The higher angular power spread out like beautiful flowers, and middle families they come into play. Well, here's a carbon with 6C. This ain't nothing tricksy, but we're gonna make some methane today. With hydrogen, it's like, oh, atoms, I feel your tug. Got my electrons bugged out, pulling on me. Come on now, settle around me. Red eyes to sp3, say, oh, carbon, here's our touch. Spread out 109.47 degrees. Come on now, follow our lead. Come on now, follow our lead. Molecules take the shape they do, combining states of the quantum rules. Like when a shell goes sp2 for sigma pi double bonding. Thus, as widely as their purview is spread out in the molecule. Look at benzene in a ring, they hold it true. Aromatically bonding, high, low, high, low, high, low, high. Diatomically bonding, no, that's the one. Aromatically bonding. Aromatically bonding. Look at benzene in a ring, they hold it true. When orbitals take the shape they do. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 Our polymers take the shape they do, combining base level residues like RNA's ACGU. Look, the hydrogen bonding. Peptides make a chain and group in beta pleat sheets and corkscrews. With the secondary links they fold and move. They're all over your body. Come bond with me, baby, come bond. 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 You're a chemical machine, it's best you knew. The molecules take the shape of you. Oh, well, that's a thing. That's a thing that I played. Oof. I don't know if oof is good or bad. How do you manage to finish your videos? Well, the truth is I don't. That's part of what this year has been, is me trying to finish my videos and failing. I suppose they take hundreds of hours. Yeah, I always struggle with that and abandon really quickly. Yes, it's nice to have a project that you believe in. Like, if it's something that you're like, people are like, this is important, or people are really gonna appreciate this, or like, I have never seen this before. Like I don't know. You've got to have a project that you actually you believe in, and then you can work through a lot of the I don't know, the getting halfway through and getting stuck and not wanting to finish and feeling demotivated and starting a new project and all that stuff that comes with being a creative person. People are still castigating me for the way I cough. I'm sorry. I understand. I mean, I am here isolated in my own house, so I will use that. I'll use that as my defense, that I'm not getting anyone sick but me. But it is true that for if I ever want to go back out into society for any reason. I got to learn this. Let's see. Hey, when will you do more science songs? Well, there's one in the works. Man with long last name says, my throat is vaguely sore and I'm really tired. Do I have the virus? Probably not. But if you're in a place that has a good amount of testing going on, and you have like flu-like symptoms or a cough or a fever, go like call if there's a number you can call and see if you can get tested, and if like because that's what the people who are doing testing right now, they're trying to get a handle on how many people have it, and you're a data point. So Zafar says, yo, what's up? Chillin', Zafar, sorry. Chilling here in my room, cracking open a cold water with the boys. Yeah. Bye, guys. I have an online date. Because yes, even dating can happen in isolation. Yes, go for it. Go on your date. Godspeed. I think I'm gonna do this. Make this a 2-hour stream. So I'm gonna close it down in about 9 minutes time at 4 o'clock. So maybe we'll do this 4 local time. So maybe we'll do this for 2 hours every day. It seems reasonable, right? We can hang out and I'll try to get some people on the stream. Yeah, I'll try to set up like better technology than just this phone right here. I do have an actual webcam, but I haven't got it set up right now. So hopefully we can get things going with with like people coming in and like we can talk about stuff. I've got a pretty good network of YouTubers and we're all stuck alone. So I don't know, we'll see who we can bring in. And I'll probably put up the stream, I know, as like a ticking down, like at least a couple hours before it goes up. So yeah, I don't know. Shout out to, should I shout out people? It's dangerous to, hi Amy, I'll shout you out, or I may, but it's dangerous to submit to people who make requests on chats, I think, because if people make requests, and you obey them, then everyone makes the same request. Yeah, that's good. Ann Smith says do more than birds. So I will do that. I've gotta bring back down to standard tuning. You don't have to apologize. This is good. Let's just all relax. We're all in our houses chilling out. If you got your phone out, turn on the light, raise it up in the air, wave it back and forth. If you've got a loved one you're with, keep a respectable distance. Wave in time with them. Pigeons and doves coo, they're not two birds, but one from a deeper view, with life that always holds true. One descent, but if you only knew how clearly gulls and geese have had their roots revealed. 'Cause like birds they lay their eggs sequentially and sat on... Wait, is that the right words? I don't think it is. Make it real. In the mid-Jurassic they had warm bodies and hollow, airy bones. What would you do if raptors grew wings and flew? More than birds, the stones reveal Archaeopteryx is real. What would you say if I told you birds convey more than eggs and tasty stew? They're a strain of dino too. La da da dee da. More than birds. La da 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 da. How could life give... Oh, there's a break. How could life give rise to cockatoos from such a monstrous plan? Selection pressure substitutes their jumps for glides to powered flight it tends. Adapting old T-Rex's feathers and wishbone. More than birds, by all the raptors breeding can be shown. 'Cause like birds they lay their eggs sequentially. Justin from Primer is giving me $2 per voice break. Shut up, thank you. Them to crow. What would you do if you died while stuck in goo? More than birds in amber sealed, dino plumage is revealed. What would you say if our rooks and birds of prey are the ancient kings made new? 'Cause they're avian dinos too. La da 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 da. More than birds. Da 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 da. Ba da da da. Ba da 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 ba ba da da da. Boo doo doo. More than bird, whoa, bird. Ooh, all right, folks. That is it for the live stream for today. Thank you so much. This has been a really cool 2 hours. And a shout out to everyone who came and came and left and asked questions. This will be so I'm gonna put this unlisted, but like I'm gonna have a playlist on my channel that has all of these as I make them. So if you miss a day, if you can't show up, then they'll be there probably, I don't know, whenever YouTube is finished processing them. I'll like put them up, and then you can come and hang out and like check out the stream for a couple hours, and yeah. All right. I need like a sign off. Wait, I have a sign off. I don't know. This should maybe have another sign off. But yes, tomorrow I will stream probably at the same time. I'm gonna try to do the same time every day. So 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if I can't, because I might need to run childcare for my sister again, and so if I can't do it tomorrow at that time, then I'll have this you can go on your subscriptions if you're probably subscribed to me if you're watching this. You can go on your subscriptions. You can see what time it's coming up, whatever time that is in your country, and yeah, I this has made me feel all right. Um, I hope that I've made you feel a little better, a little like things are happening, and stay safe. Stay home if at all you can. Wash your hands. Always take advice from YouTubers and follow all of their directives every day, all the time. And stay alert, not anxious, as Dr. Mike says. And I'll see you tomorrow. Right. Cheers, guys. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn this off. How do I turn it off? Do I just put that button? Okay. Bye.